Guys, Taraji P. Henson is my guest tonight. And we've got the biggest boy band on the planet, BTS, is on the show. Whoa. Since they got to New York, they've been greeted by thousands of screaming fans. Then another guy in New York was like, "You hear that? They love me. They love me." Not for you. That's right. President Trump is here in New York. He spoke at the UN today, but he actually showed up late to his speech. Apparently on the way in, his tie got caught in the escalator. He's like, shut it down, help me. So that Trump arrived at the UN alongside Melania, but keep in mind, alongside for Melania means she was 3 cars behind him. And Trump spoke at the UN, and halfway through his speech, every foreign leader there was begging to be deported. And a lot of people were talking about this. After Trump started his speech by bragging about how well he's done as president, the crowd started laughing at him. Watch this.
In less than 2 years, my administration has accomplished more than almost any administration in the history of our country. America's so true. Didn't expect that reaction, but that's okay.
Trump hasn't heard that much laughter since his night with Stormy Daniels. Whoa! Get this, guys. Yesterday, BTS also spoke at the UN about self-respect. You saw that? And they made quite an impression. In fact, I think some of the diplomats may have preferred BTS to some of the other speakers. Take a look at this.
Looking around this hall, where so much history has transpired,
Of course, Trump loves talking, and usually he says some pretty questionable things. And while we can't filter what he says, we can filter how he looks when he says it. I'll show you what I mean. It's time for Trump filters. Here we go.
America's economy is booming like never before. Since my election, we've added $10 trillion in wealth. The stock market is at
an all-time high in history.
And jobless claims
are at a 50-year low.
Speaking of filters, have you guys seen Apple's new Memojis? They're animated emojis you can make of your own face, and it turns out the president has been getting really into them. He even tried one at the UN today. Oh. Take a look at what he tweeted. Yeah.
Look at me. I'm a Memoji. Everyone's been talking about these things. I love Memojis because they have the word me. Anyway, I've had such a fantastic time speaking at the United Nations, or as it's also known, the UN. It's my favorite UN, right after my bestie, Kim Jong-un. And it makes sense why they invited me to speak. I mean, people are always comparing me to the UN. I'm unfit, I'm unqualified, and I don't understand grammar. Anyway, I don't know if you're following the confirmation hearing for Brett Kavanaugh, but believe me, my Supreme Court fantasy team is in bad shape, folks. Also, I might fire my Deputy Attorney General, Rod Rosenstein. Though, to be honest, that's only because if I fire one more person, I get the last stamp on my punch card and a free sandwich. Okay, they're kicking me out. The unsecurity is telling me that I'm unwelcome. Bye!
Interesting. I'm glad he's having fun. I don't know. You guys, it's been a busy week for Trump, and while he was speaking at the UN yesterday, he tried to say cocaine, but he had a little trouble with the word. Listen to this.
We look forward to partnering with his new administration to eradicate cocoa production in his country.
No, not eradicating cocoa production. Cocoa is not endangered, no. Cocoa. And well, we notice Trump has trouble pronouncing things all the time. So with that in mind, it's time to play Talk Like Trump. Here we go.
Beautiful, beautiful. Talk like Trump. Whoa.
So here's how this works. I'm going to see if anyone can guess how the president is going to mispronounce a simple word. If you get it right, you get a prize. If you get it wrong, you still get a prize. All right. Raise your hand if you want to play Talk Like Trump. Here we go. Oh, well, you're right here. Yeah, of course, sure. How you doing, buddy? Stand up. What's your name?
Adam.
Adam, where are you from?
North Haven, Connecticut.
Hey, welcome to Connecticut. All the way from Connecticut. Okay. Our first clip, President Trump is going to try and say the word momentum. How do you think he's going to mispronounce it?
Momentum.
All right. Let's see what happened.
If you love what you do and dedicate yourself to your work, then you will gain momentum. And look.
Momentum, yeah. You got it wrong, but still, here's your Momentum custom-made T-shirt. There's Momentum. Thank you for playing, buddy. Nice to see you. Well. How you doing? Want to get up? There you go. What's your name?
Quantel,
Quantel, where are you from?
in California, Sacramento.
Really? Yes. Good to see you. Like the hat. Sacramento, be a Yankee fan?
Yes.
That's cool. All right, I dig it. That's all right. Now, in this next clip, Trump tries to say United Nations. How do you think that he'll mispronounce United Nations?
United, nah.
You think he just bails?
Yes.
Okay. You never know. Let's see what happened.
But hopefully, this will not be necessary. That's what the United Nations is all about.
Incorrect. It's United Nations, but here is your United Nations T-shirt. There you go. Congratulations. Thank you for playing. Good man. Hey. Hi, guys. How you doing? Sit up. What is your name?
Elizabeth,
Elizabeth, where are you from?
North Carolina.
Hey, North Carolina, welcome. Thank you for being here. For our final clip, Trump tries to say Utah. How do you think he'll mispronounce Utah?
Utah.
Utah. All right, let's see what happened.
You cherish Utah's gleaming rivers and sweeping valleys.
Yeah, you're very close. UTOR. There's your UTOR T-shirt. Thank you for playing. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That was Talk Like Trump. Thank you to all our players. Grandpa's out of breath. Here's a big story, guys. A new poll found that just 40% of Americans want Brett Kavanaugh to be confirmed to the Supreme Court. Just 40%. Not a very high percentage. In fact, a lot of things you wouldn't expect actually polled higher than Brett Kavanaugh. Take a look at this.
Things more popular than a Kavanaugh confirmation. Pink eye, chronic eczema, food poisoning, ASPCA commercials, the DMV, hair in food, old salad, C-SPAN, untangling your headphones, waking up from anesthesia, secondhand smoke, shin splints, Spirit Airlines, warm deviled eggs, wet seats, loose teeth, mold, bed bugs, stranger's sweat, used tissues, identity theft.
That's interesting. What? They polled higher.
Chronic eczema.
Some entertainment news tonight was the season premiere of This Is Us. People who've been watching NBC all summer are like, wow, this is a really sad episode of American Ninja Warrior. Hey, not every joke is a winner, guys. You know, Sorry about that.
Come on.
Get this, guys. The co-founders of Instagram are planning to leave the company. But we all know they're just going to open up another one under a different name so their parents can't see it. And we know that. Come on, that's what happened. A new study found that today's students think they learn more from YouTube than they do from textbooks. Well, really? I mean, it sounds odd, but you actually can learn a lot from the same lessons that you'd find in a textbook on YouTube. I'll show you what I mean. For instance, if you're studying biology, a textbook will tell you that alligators are aggressive reptiles that do not like to be provoked. But YouTube will just show you this.
Let's stay over here by Joni.
Do they know each?
They no, hold him tight. Hold him tight. Hold him tight.
I am.
Hold him tight.
I am.
Just hold it.
Why would he hold it?
Just hold it. Oh, good instruction. Next, if you're studying music, a textbook will tell you that one voice is a soloist, several voices make up a chorus. But YouTube will just show you this. And finally, if you're studying drama, a textbook will tell you that the villain must present himself as a foil to the hero, evil, intimidating, and all-powerful. But YouTube will just show you this. YouTube has so much to teach us. Oh, listen to this, you guys. A school bus driver in Indiana was fired after it came out that she let students take turns driving the bus. Afterward, Greyhound was like, we'll take her. It sounds like, fine, sounds good to me. And finally, a 7-year-old girl is going viral for her performance of the national anthem at a pro soccer game in LA. Watch this.
O'er the land
classic. When he saw that, Walmart yodel boy just tipped his cowboy hat and walked off into the sunset. We have a great show tonight, guys. Give it up.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on and on and